Oh man, I'm so excited. It's 2021. Lauren invited me back to co-host with him at State Champs. I mean, this is insane. Football is happening in January. Hey Lauren, are you ready? Happy New Year.
This is a bad idea. Hey guys, welcome, and of course it's a great idea. It's a brand new year, 2021. We're all looking just to get back to a little normalcy, maybe a little nostalgia. Well, why not bring back my former co-host, Jenna Rose, joining us back on the State Champs stage. I'm thrilled that we're gonna do this all year long. Jenna, it's great to have you back.
Oh, thank you, Lauren. It was a little lonely last season not co-hosting with you, so I'm glad to be back.
You will know what these are in just a couple of moments, but I need to tell you that State Champs is presented by Lawrence Technological University and also longtime sponsor Hungry Howie's.
We're also brought to you by the MHSAA and the Detroit Athletic Club Foundation's High School Athlete of the Year. There is 1 month left to apply. All you have to do is go online to dacathleteoftheyear.com.
That's right, just 1 month, and you cannot get nominated if you don't apply. Also, we welcome back our sponsors, the Michigan Army National Guard and the Detroit Medical Center. That's right, the good people with the DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine team. They are back in the State Champs family. We've got a game changer segment we're going to show you this week. We've got more that we're going to be producing just in a way to help you, the student athlete.
Today we're going to be celebrating football being back in Michigan. We have over 20 game highlights for you guys from the regionals this weekend.
Yeah, I can't believe we're saying it, but we do have football, and I got to give a shout out to the State Champs production team. It's amazing what they can do in a 24-hour period, all just to entertain the high school football fan.
All right, well, let's kick this show off with a bang, right?
All right, guys, this is it. 2021, let's get things started with a bang. Here we go, in 3, 2, 1.
We were inside at Brighton's Legacy Center for a Division VIII regional final between Clarkston Everest Collegiate and Petersburg Summerfield. I'm Greg Molson with the highlights, and it's Everest taking charge early. Giovanni Mastromateo swings it out to Johnny Nedwick. He breaks a tackle, then takes off down the sideline, diving into the end zone to open the scoring. Just a few minutes later, Mastromateo fakes the handoff inside, then pitches it out to Dominic Cross, who takes it in for another score to make it 14-0. The teams then traded turnovers for most of the rest of the first half. Each defense had 3 takeaways. Brandon Thompson with a nice interception for the Bulldogs. But on the very next play, Devin Albane is picked off by Johnny Saran. He takes it back down to the 5. And that sets up the Mountaineers' next touchdown. Jack Lasecki weaving his way through the defense and powering it over the goal line to make it 21-0 at halftime. Everest then opens the second half with a 7.5-minute drive. Lasecki caps it off with a jump pass to Michael McGrath. Mastromateo caps it off with a beautiful pass to Jimmy Neem, who shows off some great hands for the catch and the score. Clarkston Everest wins 35-0 to improve to 10-0 and advance to the Division VIII semifinals for the first time in school history.
It was fun to get back. We've been working really hard, staying in shape, and it's good to be back playing football. So
I think we felt good. We had a good break period, so all of our coaches, they got to work right away, put in great game plans and formations too, and everything just worked out our way today.
North Central versus Marion for a spot in the state title game. North Central looking like they haven't skipped a beat early. First quarter, Jets quarterback Luke Gorzinski going to weave his way 40 yards and reach it over the goal line to give North Central the 8-0 lead. A bit later, it's Gorzinski again. This time he finds the edge scrambling right. He's into the end zone standing up. Jets lead 16-0. Still in the first, Jets through the air now. Gorzinski going to launch one 35 yards to Alex Nazer, who gets behind the defense. It's 22-0 North Central. Jets not done. Gorzinski going to take this one right up the middle on the quarterback sneak. He goes untouched into the end zone for yet another score. North Central dominant on both sides of the ball. Defense getting it done as well. This one was all North Central. They topped Marion 50-2 and have punched their ticket to the state finals.
It was time to get out here and play some football. There was no more practices to be held. There's nothing left. They need to get out here and let some of this pent-up energy out. And I'm very proud of these guys. They persevered through so much this year. And you guys might look good. I thought we started off a little bit slow, but once we get running, this is what this team can do.
Well, we watched a lot of film on these guys. We figured out what they did, and we spent a good week of practice. We went hard. And we kind of just came out here, not knowing really what to expect, after the couple weeks off. But we put all the nuts and bolts back on, and we looked like a well-oiled machine out there.
I'm Jason Hutton. Rockford unbeaten and hosting Saline in a Division I regional final. 6-0 Rams until the Hornets get on the board. Joshua Rush 1-yard TD run. Saline had a 7-6 lead. Then just before the half, junior quarterback Zach Ahern for the Rams goes deep for senior Luke McLean. What a catch, 19 yards. Rockford led at 19-14 at the break. Then in the third quarter, they go to the ground. They hand to senior Ethan Nash 24 yards to the house. Rockford beats Saline 40-17. Rams win the regional championship. Ty Reinbrandt back in there for South Christian after a broken collarbone in the first round of the playoffs. Sailors at Edwardsburg in Division 4. It was the Eddies getting it going early. Gavin Hauser, 30-yard touchdown run. Edwardsburg up 8-0 after the two-pointer. But Southwood answer. Trevor Hansen, the senior, 28 yards for the score. It's an 8-7 ball game. But more from the home team. On the ground, Jackson Hoover from 18 yards out. Edwardsburg very impressive with a 47-7 win over South Christian to claim the regional championship. The Oak Ridge Eagles hit the road for Grand Rapids Catholic Central in the Division V regional final. It was the Eagles defense making a play early. Senior captain Luke Martin with the interception set his team up in a good spot, but Grand Rapids Catholic Central's defense would make a stop when the offense got back on the field. It's Joey Silveri to Jace Williams. Incredible grab. 7-0 Cougars at that point. Second quarter, it's the same two. Silveri to Williams again. This ties the state record for career touchdown receptions. Williams would add another. He is now the state's career record holder for touchdown receptions with 46. Grand Rapids Catholic Central hammers Oak Ridge 58-7. Shorts for Constantine head coach Sean Griffith, as always, as the Falcons hosted Michigan Center in Division 6 game being played at Gull Lake High School. Opening quarter, Constantine caps off a long drive on a 1-yard touchdown run from quarterback Caden Hetmansberger, 7-0 Constantine. And just before the half, same score. Falcons score again. Sophomore Braden Clark from 2 yards out. 14-0 at the half, and they would keep doing it on the ground like they always do in the second half. Lucas Hagenbaugh goes 17 yards for 6. Constantine takes the Division 6 regional with a 33-14 win over Michigan Center.
I'm Ryan Slocum. We go to a Division II regional final. It's the Battle of Warren with the De La Salle Pilots on the road at Mott. De La Salle wastes no time. Just 2 minutes in, sophomore quarterback Brady Drogosh rolls and connects with Alton McCullum for the 12-yard touchdown. The Pilots led it 7-3 after the opening quarter. More from De La Salle in the second. The senior Stanley takes the pitch right into your living room for a 6-yard score. That increases the lead to 14-3. Drogosh then goes into airplane mode, picking up some sky miles here with the bomb to Jack Janicic. 47 yards down to the Marauder 2. Will Beasley then caps the drive, lining up in the Wildcat and punching it in. De La Salle now up 21-3. The Pilots add another, capitalizing off the Mott turnover. Drogosh on the keeper around the edge for the 15-yard touch. The Marauders looking for any momentum going into halftime, but they cough the ball up here, and it's Beasley taking it all the way back for yet another tutty. De La Salle led it 38-3 at the half, and they would be on autopilot the rest of the way. It's Stanley knifing through the defense and going 30 yards to the crib as Warren De La Salle wins its third regional title in the last 4 years. 45-3 the final.
I'm Kevin Trozinski, and we cruise down I-94 exit 159 for this Division III regional in football, where the Chelsea Bulldogs hosted Flint Kearsley. Chelsea remains undefeated after shutting out Brother Rice in the district finals, but the Kearsley Hornets looking to keep things rolling after defeating Linden 36-28. It's either the Bulldogs or Hornets moving on to the semis. Early on in the first, Chelsea would light up the board first, thanks to junior running back Trenton Hill on the 3-yard rush, and just like that, the Bulldogs take command of the game up 7-0. Chelsea would continue the scoring effort, but this time we're going to the air. Senior signal caller Griffin Murphy on the play action, and he will connect with fellow senior Joseph Taylor in stride on the 25-yard score. Bulldogs increasing the lead 14-0. Second quarter action now, and the Bulldogs still barking at the Hornets. Here, with the threat on the goal line, Murphy on the keeper and punches his ticket for 6 as Chelsea continues to tack on the points, up 21. Chelsea not backing down just yet. The senior QB Murphy had a field day spreading the love to all teammates. Junior wideout Nicholas Fisk snags the ball just inside the end zone for the catch and score. 28-0 Bulldogs lead. Flint Kearsley would finally light up the board with under a minute left in the second. Senior quarterback Braylon Silvas cannot find anyone open, so he's going to take it in himself from 19 yards out. Stretches the arm, hitting the pylon before stepping out. However, the Bulldogs added 3 as time expired, and Chelsea leads 31-8 at the break. This play right here would be the last time the Bulldogs hit pay dirt. Murphy relates with junior Lucas Hannafan on the slant, backing into the end zone on the 13-yard score. Bulldogs now up 38-8. It seems like the Bulldogs lifted up the gas a little bit and the Hornets came swarming back. Senior Braylon Silvas fakes the give, calling his own number again. It worked last time, and it will work again. Silva scores on the 25-yard keeper. Kearsley cutting into the lead, down 38-16. Silvas and the Hornets putting their best effort here in the second half. Finally, the senior has an open receiver downfield. That's the tight end Connor Cooper with the grab, and the senior busts his way in on the 22-yard score, but it was too little, too late. The Chelsea Bulldogs would come out on top for their third straight regional title. Your final score? Chelsea 38, Flint Kearsley 22.
Hey guys, hope you're enjoying the show so far. Lots of highlights still to come. Now, if you've been curious about the state champs, Mr. Football and Anvil Award, both presented by Hungry Howie's, have no fear. The awards are still in play. We just felt that it wasn't right to award the state's biggest honors unless the season was complete. We had to get a plan. The games are on. The awards will be announced soon.
That's right, Lauren. We will announce the Final Four a few days after semifinals for Mr. Football and Anvil Award races. And of course, we will crown the champions a few days after the state finals.
That's it, guys. Hey, we want to thank everybody who took the time to vote this season. Voting is over, so we congratulate Rocco Spindler of Clarkston High School, who is in the Final Four in the Anvil competition, and in Mr. Football, that went to Ty Holtz, the fabulous quarterback from DeWitt High School. He was the people's champion, so those two automatically in the Final Four. We have 3 more to get to.
Lauren, we're going to have to get more confetti cannons.
No doubt about it.
I'm Mike Erlitis. We take you to regional final action in D1. The Bulldogs of Romeo visiting the 8-1 West Bloomfield Lakers. The U of M commit Donovan Edwards takes no time in drawing first blood. He powers his way in for the score. Lakers up 7-0. West Bloomfield threatening again after an INT, and again it's Edwards muscling his way to pay dirt, giving the Lakers a 14-point lead. Still in the first, Lakers showing off a little bit of the passing game. QB Alex Short finds Michael Williams up the middle for another TD. West Bloomfield with a commanding 21-0 lead after one. Romeo would get on the board in the second, as Logan Rolfs airs it out to a wide-open Braden Goralski. The Bulldogs trailing 24-7 as we head to the half. In the second half, Edwards and the Lakers strike again. He takes this one 85 yards as West Bloomfield's lead increases to 31-7 after 3 quarters of play. More from the Lakers in the fourth. Edwards taking the handoff in for his 4th TD, finishing with 235 yards rushing on the day. 38-7 West Bloomfield. Lakers continue to pour it on with the run. Marcus Carter steps up to take this one 48 yards. West Bloomfield sitting pretty at 45-7. Romeo would not go down without a fight. Jaden Roberson connects with Santino Palazzola to make it 45-14. But on the ensuing kickoff, the Lakers would seal this one, as Makai Elam breaks off a 97-yard kickoff return as West Bloomfield tops Romeo 52-14.
Harrison Beebe joining you from Northern Michigan for regional action in high school football playoffs. North Farmington visiting Traverse City Central at Thurley Field in Division II. Raiders score first. Jacob Bosamara finds Aaron Rice diving for the catch in the end zone. Looks like he might have lost it, but the referee signaled a catch, so North Farmington takes the lead on the road 7-0. Trojans would get a score but miss the conversion. Raiders Massimo Schimbati with a field goal right before the half makes it 10-6 entering the break. So North Farmington liking things so far, but in the second half, Trojans waking up after that 2-month layoff. Josh Burnham punches in his 2nd TD of the game, making it 12-10 at this point. Early second half, North Farmington needs a response. Bosamara down the middle to Mill Coleman, who gets to the end zone. 16-12 lead for the Raiders. Chance to add to that here, but Bosamara's pass gets fumbled by the receiver, and look who's there. It's number 8 on defense. Burnham scoops it up and scores it on the other end. Central retakes the lead 18-16. Then Austin Bills going to the sideline, and he's going to pay dirt. 26-16 after the conversion. Trojans lead by 10, and they just kept rattling off the points from there. They win it 50-22. First regional title for Central since 1988 as they are moving on to the state semifinals.
Division 6, Montague undefeated and hosting 8-1 Montrose, and the Wildcats went to work early, already up 8-0. Senior quarterback Drew Collins flips it out to Tug Nichols, who stays on his feet. Nice moves and into the end zone. 2-point conversion made it 16-0 Montague, and the Wildcats were just getting warmed up. A little bit later, Collins out to senior Sam Smith. Drew Collins completes all 12 of his passes for 228 yards and 3 touchdowns. He also ran for 1. Here it's Dylan Everett on the ground with a rushing touchdown. Montague, so impressive. They run out to a 41-0 halftime lead on their way to a 41-16 win over Montrose to claim the regional championship. Division 7, rematch of last year's regional final. Schoolcraft taking on Lumen Christi. This game being played at Portage Central just before the half. Alex Stoll right up the middle on 4th down for 6 yards. 7-0 Eagles at the break. 4th quarter now, Titans down 7, and on the draw, it's Basil Hampton. 80-yard touchdown run. Lumen Christi able to convert the 2-point conversion. They take the lead 22-21 in the final quarter, but Schoolcraft found an answer late. Sophomore Tag got on the pitch. He's in. Schoolcraft wins its first regional championship since the 2001 state championship team, 29-22 over Lumen Christi.
Time now to take a look at the football program at Lawrence Technological University.
I'm Keith Beckham. I'm the offensive coordinator at Lawrence Tech University. This is my 4th fall here at Lawrence Tech. The thing I'm most looking forward to is just getting back out on the field. It's been awesome getting back out there after missing the spring, and I'm excited to compete in the spring. The biggest challenge heading with the spring season is not having the full summer fall camp before school starts like we would have leading into the fall semester. So we're kind of working daily on kind of a plan for that. I think an advantage of kind of going in the spring was we were able to get some freshman players that we expect to contribute to get some more practices in before a season.
If you are interested in playing football at Lawrence Technological University, recruit yourself by going to the football page at ltuathletics.com.
Hey guys, we hope you are enjoying the program. Lots more highlights still to come, but we're going to let you know, if you love recruiting, if that game is something that gets you excited, you've got to tune in to the State Champs Scout Show. We started it this past fall. We're about 20 episodes in. We're going to do 50 weeks of nothing but recruiting news from the state of Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio, and we have a new host.
That's right. I'll be manning the ship. The show premieres every single Wednesday on the State Champs Sports Network. You can catch us on YouTube at statechampsnetwork.com and, of course, on the State Champs app. Easy and convenient.
That's right. It's free. Download it today.
Celebrate your hard-fought victory with official MHSAA championship merchandise from shopmhsaa.com. Online orders are now being taken for the recent fall state finals, with the football, volleyball, and swim and dive championship apparel coming soon. Visit shopmhsaa.com today.
In Division 8, also at Portage Central, Centerville taking on Sand Creek, shorts and a polo for head coach Jerry Schultz. It was almost 40 degrees on Saturday. It was the Aggies going through the air in a scoreless game, but Sam Todd, the outstanding senior for the Bulldogs, comes up with a big play, makes the interception. This game scoreless at the half. Third quarter, still no score. Todd going deep, hooking up with his favorite receiver, Tristan McElroy, makes the grab. This a 34-yard gain into Sand Creek territory, and it would eventually lead to 4th and goal in the fourth quarter. Mason Lemmings gets the carry, and he's in. 2-point conversion good. Centerville wins at 8-0, first regional championship in school history.
I'm Kevin Trzynski, and we go to Lansing for this regional football matchup in Division 4. The Big Reds of Milan taking on the Williamston Hornets. Highlights courtesy of Michigan Sports Radio. First half action, and Milan struck gold first, going for it on 4th and short. Junior QB Cole McElvaney throwing it deep to senior Kendrick McBride, and the Big Reds lead at the break, up 14-6. Lots of action happening in the third after halftime adjustments made by Williamston. Senior Luke Mahaney, under center, hits fellow senior Cade Conley on the flat, and the tight end gets the bruising score, putting the Hornets within 2. Williamston on fire after a slow start, and the Hornets turn to the ground game. The senior Sullivan Sparks puts it into overdrive, stays on his feet, hitting pay dirt on the 23-yarder. Hornets first lead of the game, 18-14. Still, in the third, Big Reds retort. Cole McElvaney taking the rock himself into open space, almost taken down at the goal line, and the junior puts Milan back on top, 21-18. The back and forth third continued, with Williamson taking back the lead. It's the Mahaney and Conley connection once again, this time from 46 yards out. 24-21 Hornets lead at the end of the third. Williamston and the senior Mahaney took over the game and never looked back. Check out the grab and leap by Cade Conley, and that's a touchdown. Williamston is your regional champs, defeating Milan 38-21, your final score. The Hornets will square up against Detroit Country Day in the Division 4 semifinals.
Hey guys, hope you are enjoying the program. If you can believe it, we're playing high school football in the middle of January. It's crazy. There's going to be more to come. We've got more highlights to come too. Just taking one quick time out, Jen and I want to tell you that there are a lot of shows we've got here on State Champs. The Scout Show. We've got the 3-state high school sports show. We've got, of course, our Michigan show. We've got robotics programming, esports programming, lots of ways that you can watch it too. Of course, you can go to our website. You know, the heartbeat of the old State Champs Network. StateChampsNetwork.com is the site. All the social media channels, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all of that. But there's one way that's the best way to get our shows in front of you.
That's right, Lauren. The best way is to get the State Champs app. All you have to do is search State Champs Sports and it'll pop up right on your phone, the State Champs universe at the tip of your finger.
Tell them about the trivia.
Yes, so my favorite part about the app is when you go on, you can take the trivia test, and if you win, you will get a free Hungry Howie bread.
That's right. That's simple. It will be sent right to your phone or your email. So I think you even get it if you don't get the answer right, but I'm not exactly sure because I always get the answer right. The important thing is download the free app today.
I'm Chuck Pellerito, and let's check out a Division III matchup between the Detroit King Crusaders as they hosted the defending Division III champs, the River Rouge Panthers. Last time they met, it was a 7-6 battle that saw King come out on top on their way to a state championship in 2018. Panthers get us going here. Opening drive, and Marian Herbowski, just on the Rouge side of the 50, keeps it himself, finds a hole up the middle, and explodes through it. It's a foot race up the sideline, dives to the pylon and gets in. 43-yard score, 2-point conversion no good, and Panthers up 6. But the Crusaders would answer right back. Sophomore Dante Moore with an absolute rope to Raheem Mercier. He's got a step on his defender and cruises on in for the 36-yard score. King goes in front 7-6. But Herbowski and the Panthers come right back. Drive down the field, and it's the freshman Davon Hill getting the call, following the big guys up front to find pay dirt. 2-point conversion good this time as Herbowski drops a dime to Deshaun Mays in the back of the end zone. River Rouge back in front 14-7, just 4 seconds into the second quarter. And with 3 minutes to go before the break, the future Western Michigan Bronco strikes again. This time he'll hit Jaquan Rawls on a screen. Rawls wins the race to the corner for the 10-yard score. 2-point conversion is good. River Rouge went into halftime up 22-7. And King came out hungry in the second half. Moore and the Crusaders drove straight down the field, and Lynn Weichel caps off the drive with a 5-yard score to make it 22-14. And following a defensive stop, Crusaders looking to tie this one up. Jalen Reed takes it right up the middle, fights his way into the paint. On the conversion, Moore will find Weichel in the flat. He'll get inside the pylon, tied up at 22 after 3 quarters of play. 5.5 minutes left in this one. Rouge finds pay dirt again. Herbowski following his big wall of blockers to the left side for an 11-yard score. 2-point conversion. Great stop. Cut up the middle. Herbowski in. Conversion good. Panthers up 30-22. On 4th down, 3 minutes left. King needs a first down. They'll get it and then some. Moore with a perfect pass to Mercier for the 30-yard score. They're a 2-point conversion away from tying it back up. Moore rolls out to his right, hits Chancey Willis Jr. to convert. We had a tie ball game at 30 apiece. And with just 15 ticks left, Panthers on the doorstep of facing a 4th down. Tayshawn Massey with the honors. He knocks in the 25-yarder, giving River Rouge the lead and the victory by a final score 33-30 over Detroit King. They'll face off with Chelsea next week in a rematch of last year's state semifinals.
I'm Ryan Slocum with a Division I regional championship at Lapeer. It was a battle of unbeatens with 9-0 Detroit Catholic Central facing the defending state champion Davison Cardinals. Senior Dion Brown Jr. taking over at quarterback for the All-Stater Brendan Sullivan, who enrolled early to play Big Ten football at Northwestern. No score early in the second when the Shamrocks offense comes to life. Declan Bile down the sideline to Owen Semp, who comes up just short of the goal line. The 40-yard pickup sets up Bile, who finishes the drive, reaching the ball across the goal line before the fumble. DCC takes a 7-0 lead. The Cards have a quick response. Just a minute and a half later, Neon Dion avoids the sack and finds Tiavion Warren all alone in the back of the end zone. Brown's first career touchdown pass makes it a 7-7 game at the break. It stayed that way until the 4th. Brown with another play-action pass. This time dumps it down to Peyton Pizzala, who dives for the pylon. He's in to put Davison up 13-7. Brown was 11 for 20 for 151 yards, 2 TDs, and no picks in his first career start. The Cards got the ball back deep in Shamrock territory after a turnover on downs. Carter Kreiderman refuses to go down until he finds the paint. Kreiderman ran for a $136. Davison goes up 20-7. And it would stay that way thanks to the swarming Cardinals D, which held DCC to 111 total yards on the day. Will Watkins with the sack, and Davison wins the regional title, beating Detroit Catholic Central 20-7. The Cards will face Rockford in the semifinals.
Brendan leaving, had to gain all the trust. It's unbelievable, man. Proud of myself, proud of my teammates, proud of the defense. They played their butts off.
I mean, he's only been playing quarterback in our system for 2 weeks. We check everything from the line of scrimmage, and to be able to get the call from the sideline, check it up front, check protections, make audibles it's I've never seen anything like it. Usually you got to work a queue for 2 years to get them ready to win a regional title game against a very storied program.
I'm Lauren Plant, and after nearly a month's wait, January football and a Division II regional final between the host school, 6-2 Livonia Churchill, in the regionals for the second straight season, taking on the most surprising team of this year's playoffs, winless throughout the regular season, Oak Park has won 3 in a row. This was an entertaining football game. We pick it up midway through the first quarter. 4th and 13 for Oak Park from the 21. Senior quarterback James Burnley buying time and able to connect with his fellow senior wideout Keyshawn Jackson. Extra point failed, 6-zip Knights. Minutes later, Oak Park deep in their own territory. Handoff to Davion Prim. Ball is jarred loose by Boston Clegg Jr. Churchill recovers very much in striking distance. Didn't take long for the Chargers to get into the end zone. Senior quarterback and Concordia commit Gavin Brooks surveys and finds the senior Jordan Garcia, who walks in. PAT was good, 7-6 Churchill after the first. Couple minutes into the second, and the Chargers in the red zone again. Brooks will dump it to Khalil Ford. He loses the handle, kicks the rock into the end zone where Charles Gillespie falls on it. Opportunity lost. Move to just over 2 minutes left in the half. Knights driving. The 6-2 Burnley on the keeper. He'll dive into the paint from 6 yards out. Conversion unsuccessful. 12-7 ball game. Churchill trying to make something happen before the break. 90 seconds left at midfield. This was a key play. Brooks and company get everybody to bite. Gavin gets it back and takes off down the sideline. He won't be brought down until he gets to nearly the 15-yard line. About a minute left, and the Chargers hit pay dirt again. Brooks, with plenty of time, lost it towards the end zone, and Jimmy Targaz just wills it for 6. Churchill executed the conversion and led at the half 15-12. 4 minutes into the third, and disaster strikes for Oak Park. Jackson back to punt, and the snap sails out of the end zone. That is a safety. 17-12 Chargers lead. 4 minutes later, Knights put together a nice drive, due in large part to Jackson. Burnley rolling, sees the senior wideout. He's got it, and he will bull his way to the Churchill 45. 1:52 left in the third now, and the give is to the junior Bawana Miller. He will hit the hole, and he will take it 29 yards to the crib. Then, Burnley will push the pile to execute the conversion. Knights snatch back the advantage and led after 3, 20-17. At the start of the fourth, we had an interesting series of events. Knights to punt, Garcia back to receive, can't hang onto it. Ball is loose and the Knights recover. Oak Park with great field position, looking to pad their lead. Bad exchange between Burnley and Sakuni Watson. Ryan Hutchinson will pounce on the loose ball. Chargers given new life. A minute later, Brooks on the play action. He will hit a wide open Targaz. He will not be brought down until he gets near the 25-yard line. Few plays later, Clegg Jr. will romp his way into the end zone, and Churchill led 23-20 with 9.5 minutes left to go in the game. We move all the way to just under 2 minutes left in the game. Oak Park trying to take the lead, facing 4th and 2 inside the 10-yard line. Ball is given to Miller, and he is not going anywhere. Huge play as the Chargers hold and for the moment have preserved the 3-point lead. A minute to go now, and this is why we missed high school football so much. Can you believe it? Yes! Amari Harris with the biggest play of his young life, selling out for 6. Later that day, he'd receive an offer from Lawrence Tech. Burnley would continue his heroics as well on the conversion, finding a way to power his way across the goal line. 42 seconds left in the contest. Oak Park led 30-23. So, the Chargers needed a touchdown and either a field goal to tie it or a conversion to win it. Brooks under pressure lets it go into the waiting arms of Gillespie. That's the ball game. The team that so many doubted would even win a playoff game after starting the season 0-6 with 4 road playoff games, Oak Park, in comeback fashion, scores the game's final 10 points as the Knights beat Churchill 30-23. And although this was Oak Park's 3rd regional appearance in 8 years, for the first time in school history, the Knights win the regional title. Knights will now face Warren De La Salle in the Division II state semifinals.
I'm Jeremy Otto. We go to Division 6 at Bishop Foley High School. Clinton and the regionals for the first time in 5 years took on the Cougars from Warren, Michigan Collegiate. First quarter action, Clinton driving, Derek Tomalak with the looping dish to Rich Ahrens for the 3-yard score. Redskins take a 7-zip lead. Michigan Collegiate going for its 2nd regional crown in 4 years. Amarian Duncan working the edge here and scoring from 11 yards out. Cougars down 7-6 after the opening quarter. In the second, Braden Lehman backs his way in for the 6-yard tally. They went for 2 and missed. Redskins now up 13-6. Michigan Collegiate driving right before the end of the half. Deion Black dumps it off to Redding, and he sneaks down inside the Clinton red zone. That would set up this sneak by Black. Michigan Collegiate down 13-12, heading into the break. Jump all the way ahead to the waning moments of the fourth now. Cougars going for the go-ahead score. Black rolling and keeping as he gets to the 10. Now to 4th down. The snap goes over the head of Black. He recovers, but the drive stalls as Clinton hangs on to win 13-12 the final for its first regional title in 5 years. They'll face Constantine in the semis.
Stand up! 1, 2, stand up! 3, 4, bring it down! 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, oh!
Hi, I'm Laura Ramos from DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, and today on Game Changers, we're going to teach you how to correctly warm up. Do you know how to properly warm up for your sport? Many athletes ask me if you need to warm up at all, and the answer is absolutely yes. Every warm-up has a purpose. It takes your body from a resting state and gets you ready for your practice or for that game. The first part is to get your core temperature and your heart rate up, so it takes blood to your muscles. You can do this by simply going into a jogging motion, or you can use a bicycle. The second part of the warm-up is activation. Put a band like this around your legs. You can get it anywhere, online or at a sports store. Then do movements going forward, backward, to the right, and to the left. The third part of the warm-up is stretching, and we like to use the world's greatest stretch. This lengthens the muscles in the front and the back of the leg to get you ready to run. You do this on both legs and repeat it a couple times. The fourth part of the warm-up is movement integration. These are big movements that are similar to what you're going to do in your sport. Let's start out with a fast movement forward and then backward. And now jump, drop step, drop step. That's what a movement integration looks like, and you continue that for about 3 or 4 minutes. The last part is sport specific. What are you going to do? If you're a softball player, you might start out with a drill like this, working on your grounders. So if you want a warm-up specifically built for you and your sport, come see the professionals at DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine.
Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Then go where the pros go. DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. For immediate care, call 313-910-9328 or visit dmc.org/gamechangers.
Let's go get this fight on!
I'm Lauren Plants, and we go to a Division I regional matchup between two powerhouses. Meeting for the first time, undefeated Belleville at home taking on the unbeaten Technicians from Cass Tech. Belleville in black, looking for its third straight regional crown. Opening possession, Kobe Langford powers his way in from 4 yards out. Tigers led 7-0 after the first. More from the Tigers in the second. State champs Mr. Football candidate Christian Reed fakes the handoff, fires it into the arms of Rashad Wilson. They went for two and got it and increased their advantage to 15-3. Cass Tech in the regionals for the 10th time in 11 seasons. Ensuing drive, sophomore southpaw QB Leishawn Mumfield slings it to Jameel Gardner on the slant. The junior will leave everyone in his wake. 74 yards to the house. Technicians trailed 15-10 at the half. But the Belleville defense turned it up a notch in the second half. Mumfield pressured, his pass picked off by Cameron Dyson, and the junior will take it the other way for a 25-yard score. Tigers now up 22-10. Then after causing another turnover, Belleville back to work. Reed, the quick dish to Tyree Lockett in the end zone. The Ville rolling up 19.
What did I tell you? Let's go. We gonna apply pressure! Pressure! I want them to tap out! Tap! Stop!
They weren't done. The MHSAA's career touchdown passing leader adding to his totals. Reed recently offered by Alabama State. 3 straight completions set up this 3-yard TD pass to Lockett. Reed went 12 of 19 for 184 yards. It was a 36-10 game. Cass Tech had only given up 67 points total all season. Final play of the third, the Tigers junior Charles Wilson with the interception, and he's making reservations for 6. Nobody's going to catch him. A 90-yard interception return, completing a 28-point quarter for Belleville. The Tigers take down Cass Tech for its third straight regional title, 43-16 the final. Belleville will now get a postseason rematch to see if they can knock out West Bloomfield in consecutive seasons. They'll be at home next week in a highly anticipated Division I state semifinal.
It feel good because I couldn't practice with my guys for a long time, and us coming back and having like a week or two just to practice, and we was all back on the same page. It just felt good.
I'm Jeremy Otto, and we go to a Division II regional finale as the defending state champs Muskegon Mona Shores went on the road to take on the Trojans from East Lansing. Picking things up in the first quarter, East Lansing would get a big play right off the bat. Brevin Jackson rolls out on play action and chucks a perfect ball to Mason Woods, who cruises in for the 61-yard touchdown. Trojans led 7-0 after the first. Mona Shores led by Mr. Football candidate and Ferris State commit Brady Rose here on the QB keeper down the middle, throws a defender aside with the stiff arm and saw nothing but green ahead of him. 82 yards to the house. It was 7-7 at the half. The Sailors would take the lead in the third. It's Rose on the option here, pitches it to Keandre Pierce, sidesteps his way in for the 13-yard tally. Mona Shores now up 14-7 heading into the fourth. They would add one more to the lead. Guess who? It's Rose again, up the middle, and see ya! 48-yard touchdown. Mona Shores now up 21-7. But don't count out East Lansing. It's Jackson scoring from 3 yards out. Trojans down by 7. Then with just over 2 minutes to go in the ballgame, it's Asher Gregory lunging his way in. We're knotted up at 21 now. East Lansing got the ball back with under a minute left. Jackson's pass is tipped and picked off by DJ Cavanis to give Shores the ball back with solid field position. With 2 seconds left, Shores going for the game winner, and it's Keegan DeKuyper who drills the 24-yard field goal as Muskegon Mona Shores wins a thriller 24-21 the final for the Division II regional title. They'll host Traverse City Central in the semis next Saturday.
I'm just really excited. This is a great way to start off 2021, but just really excited and really happy that we could pull off this win.
Division III, East Grand Rapids at Muskegon for the 4th time in the last 5 years in the postseason. East Grand Rapids will have to go to its backup quarterback, David Bernicker, after an injury to the starter. Bernicker's pass is deflected and caught by Jackson Mitchell, just how they drew it up. 7-0 Muskegon just before the half when Amari Crowley finds Jeremiah Dalt. 14-0 Big Reds on the home turf at the half. Then in the third quarter, Jakari Kitchen right up the middle for 6 yards. Muskegon wins its 5th straight regional championship, beating East Grand Rapids 24-0.
We had a doubleheader at Thurlby Field as Cadillac had to switch host sites at the last minute due to field conditions, taking on Forest Hills Eastern in the Division IV regional final. And the Hawks looked pretty impressive even with that extra hour on the bus. Bryson Kudzal scoring this touchdown that makes it 20-6 with 5 minutes to go in the first half. And then coming down to a goal line stand, the Vikings trying to punch another scoring before that halftime break. But Aiden Gurdon fumbles and Forest Hills Eastern recovers on that goal line to ensure that 2-touchdown lead heading into recess. Second half, though, Vikings making things happen. They're down 10 here, but Carter Harsh goes to the outside and finds the corner pylon, punches that one in, makes it 23-20 as Cadillac draws within 3 with 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Then Gurdon handing off to Caleb McKinley up the middle. Cadillac goes ahead 27-23 with 5 minutes left to secure the first regional title in Cadillac football program history as the Vikes moving on to the Division IV semifinals. Grayling hosting Negaunee in the Division VI Regional Championship game. The Vikings strike first. It's David Milliken. A long run goes for a 6-0 Viking lead at home. Negaunee turns to the short game here. Lucas Nelson able to punch one in. Vikings still up 14-6 early in the second quarter. Milliken, after a tough, troubled handoff there, Milliken gets the opportunity to score a longer touchdown run here. Puts Grayling up 21-6 in the second. Near the end of the half, this pass from Gerald Johnson to tight end Eli Lakugula will set up a minor touchdown later in the drive, makes it 21-12 as Negaunee keeping it close, but Grayling flexing that muscle here. Hunter Ventline to Drew Canary. 27-12 lead Grayling in the third quarter, and another long TD run by Milliken, virtually untouched, helps Grayling begin to seal up a 56-26 win as the Vikings pick up their first regional title in program history, now on to the Final Four in Division VI.
I'm Greg Molson at the Legacy Center in Brighton for a Division VII regional final. 9-0 Cass City looking to return to the semifinals for the second straight year, taking on 9-0 Ithaca trying to get back to the semis for the 9th time in 12 years. The Redhawks running game unstoppable from the start. The offensive line opening up the hole for Jordan Mester, and he is gone. 55 yards for the first touchdown of the game. Next possession for the Hawks, it's the quarterback, Bryce Fernald, keeping it himself around the left side. He takes it in for another score. That worked so well, Cass City runs the same play again on its next drive. Same result, another touchdown for Fernald to make it 20-0 still in the first quarter. The Yellow Jackets finally get on the board early in the second. It's their quarterback, Brady Hesbrook, keeping it for the 4-yard run. But the Jackets could not stop the Hawks' straight T offense. This time, it's Matt Mahalik on the misdirection play. He goes 47 yards, putting Cass City up 34-6 at halftime. The touchdowns continue in the second half from both teams. Hesbrook finding Chance Risner over the middle behind the defense. That's the first of Ithaca's 3 second-half scores. But Cass City put it away with 2 more touchdowns. Fernald hits Lance Swiderski for the 6-yard score. Noah Zaleski adds the Redhawks' final touchdown as they rush for 471 yards and win it 50-24. Cass City going back to the D7 semis for the second straight year to take on Traverse City St. Francis.
Like, everybody was pretty nervous going in the game because they're the #1 team in the state, but when we came out and saw we could score pretty easily on them, and it felt good, and everybody was ready to play.
When we walked off the field at Jacksonville McChristie or Novi, we wanted to make sure we got back, and we talked about it. We want to get to Ford Field, and we're one game away.
Iron Mountain looked to capture a regional title against Johannesburg Lewiston. Mountaineers up 6-0, Cardinals driving. Preston Marlatt takes it on the design quarterback run. He gets knocked out of bounds inside the 5. That's going to set up this run by Sheldon Huff. He will not be denied. We're tied up at 6. Now this is the extra point, and there's a good reason we're showing you this. That's because points were hard to come by in this one. The kick is good. Cards go up 7-6. Fast forward to the fourth quarter, still 7-6 Johannesburg. 4th and 1 for the Cardinals, and they are stuffed. Mountaineers going to get the ball back with just over 2.5 minutes remaining. Iron Mountain moving the ball. Eli Lofholm going to find a crossing. Bryce Pietrantonio for a big gain. With time winding down, just seconds remaining, Mountaineers choosing to kick the 37-yard field goal for the regional title. And the kick's going to sail left of the uprights. Johannesburg Lewiston wins it 7-6 and captures the regional crown.
Celebrating 25 years of excellence, the greatest honor a Michigan high school student athlete can earn, the Detroit Athletic Club Foundation's High School Athlete of the Year. You're one of the tops in your sport. Prioritize education and giving back. Like Cassius Winston, Megan Bobian, Rakia Jackson, and Aiden Hutchinson did. 6 male and 6 female nominees earned $1,000 of scholarship money, with $5,000 each to be awarded at an amazing red carpet gala in downtown Detroit. Nominations accepted through February 1st, 2021. You cannot be nominated if you don't apply. Download the application today at dacathleteoftheyear.com. That's dacathleteoftheyear.com.
I'm Kevin Trzynski, and we go to Lansing for this regional football matchup in Division 5. The defending champs, Lansing Catholic and Grozeal, getting together. The Red Devils making that 2-hour trip to the Cougars' turf. Highlights courtesy of Michigan Sports Radio. The Cougars would score on their first drive of the game and going for it on 4th down with backup QB Rory Durr under center. Hands it off to Will Gruber, and the senior scores on the 21-yard rush. Lansing Catholic with the 6-0 lead after the first. Cougars up 6-3 in the second, and still without the services of starting QB Joey Baker and his replacement Rory Durr stepping up big time, calling his own number on the fake, and the junior hits the paint. Lansing Catholic up 12-3 at the break. Jumping to the fourth now, same score, 12-3 Cougars, and they're back on the attack, keeping the ball on the ground. Junior Alex Waters, now under center, wants in on the scoring action too. 33 yards to the house. 2-point conversion good, LC increasing the lead 20-3. This game was all Cougars. Something is cooking up on 4th down. Waters fakes the punt, and he catches the Red Devils off guard as he tosses it up to a wide open Brandon Lewis. Looks like he's going to be stopped, but the sophomore has other plans. The step back is money. Lansing Catholic defeats Grozeal 28-5 your final score.
I'm Lauren Plant, and let's check out what happened in a Division 5 regional championship at Frankenmuth High School between the undefeated Eagles in gray and the 8-1 Marine City Mariners in white. We pick it up late in the first quarter. Following an interception by Marine City junior Charles Tiger, he then put the first points on the board as he was on the receiving end of Jeff Heaslip's throw, a 51-yard touchdown, and with it, the Mariners a 7-0 lead. To the second now, Eagles with the ground attack. Check out the junior Cole Lindau, knifing his way through the heart of the Mariner defense. The All-State honorable mention with a 33-yard run that takes him to the 1-yard line. Didn't matter. Next play, QB Devin Reif keeps it, and the game was knotted at 7. Stayed that way through the half, but early in the third, Lindau going back to work, bouncing off would-be tacklers to the outside. He gone. 38-yard scamper to pay dirt. 20 carries, 151-yard performance, prime time. Late in the third, and the Muth mauling. Connor Roach has the rock, bounces off the referee, almost fumbles as he's going in, but hangs on. The Eagles out to a 14-point advantage. In the fourth, icing on the cake. Reif on the keeper, cuts back across the middle. He will find the end zone, and Frankenmuth is moving on. Final score in this one, Frankenmuth 31, Marine City 7. The Eagles will host Lansing Catholic in next week's Division 5 state semifinal.
I'm Chuck Pellerito. Let's check out Division 1 8-player semifinals. Adrian Lenawee Christian Cougars taking on the Martin Clippers. Martin scoring on their opening drive, and the Cougars' first play from scrimmage, they answer back. Landon Gallant setting the offense up, gives it to his back, Jamison Chesser, and he does the rest. 41 yards to the house, Lenawee takes the lead 7-6. Cougars D steps up and gets a stop. Offense facing 4th down. Gallant airs it out, and Elliot Edelman comes down with it at the 5, takes it into the end zone for the score. Now a 13-6 Lenawee lead. Still in the first, and the Cougars get the ground game going. Gallant hands off to Chesser. He'll swing it around to the right side and cruise on in for a 32-yard score. Lenawee Christian breaking it open now, 19-6. But don't count out the Clippers just yet. Myers looking to score just before the half. He's going to find Charlie Martin. He'll fight his way into the end zone for Martin, and after that 12-yard score, it's a 25-12 game. But Lenawee had too much time left before the break. They go all the way down, and Chesser takes the direct snap from the 5, goes right side, and with 3 seconds left, they open it up to a 31-12 lead going into the half. They would score 2 more in the second half and win it, heading to the state finals, beating Martin by a final score 47-12. They square off with Suttons Bay next week for the championship.
In the first MHSAA Minute of 2021, we look forward to the resumption and completion of our fall tournaments, a look at the rapid testing program for fall sports, and a look ahead to the start of the winter seasons. For fall championships for football, volleyball, and swimming will be held over the next 2 weekends. Football is down to the semifinals in 11-player, with champions to be crowned January 22nd and 23rd at Ford Field. The 8-player finals are set for this weekend, whose title games are to be played as part of a busy championship day on Saturday, January the 16th. On the 16th, the volleyball finals will be played at Battle Creek's Kellogg Arena, and the swimming and diving finals are on January 15th for diving and swimming on the 16th at the pools at Hudsonville High School, Grand Rapids Northview High School, as well as Lake Orion High School. For the latest game times and results, please check out MHSAA.com. COVID-19 safety has been at the forefront of all of our sports this year, both in the fall and those starting soon in the winter. We are pleased that we're able to finish our fall tournaments safely in a partnership with the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services with its rapid testing pilot program. Each participant, every student, athlete, and coach, is required to take 3 rapid tests each week in order to safely finish these 3 fall tournaments as safely as possible. We also recently announced start and finish dates for our winter season. The winter schedule is slated to begin with practices on January the 16th, with competition starting a week later on Friday, January the 22nd in most sports. MHSAA championships for all winter sports will be held the last 2 weeks of March. We appreciate your interest in school sports over these last very chaotic 10 months. To stay fully up to date, please go to MHSAA.com for all of the latest information and schedule updates.
All right, guys, we hope you had a blast with our first show of 2021. We can't wait to do this all year long. It's great to have Jenna back on the state champ stage with me. We've been separate for a long time, but again, we are really looking forward to bringing this program. Congratulations to all the teams. We're glad that football is back, and we've got another terrific show planned for you next week.
Absolutely, and Lauren, we're back together, so we have to carry on our tradition.
That's right, we have a certain tradition, so let's do this. Bow to your opponents. Here we go. In 1, 2, 3. Rochambeau!
Oh my gosh, you never
Ladies and gentlemen, I am the champion. It truly is a brand new year. We'll see you next week.
State Champs, Michigan's high school sports show, is presented by Lawrence Technological University. LTU offers over 24 varsity sports for men and women, along with several dozen world-class undergraduate programs. Athletic and academic scholarships are available in all sports. Visit LTUathletics.com and recruit yourself. Also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Michigan Army National Guard, a proud partner of the MHSAA. EA Graphics. Get your official MHSAA Championship merchandise at shopmhsaa.com. Detroit Medical Center Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers. The Detroit Athletic Club Foundation. Applications being accepted until February 1st for male and female high school athlete of the year at dacathleteoftheyear.com. And Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor.